currently in 29th position. Stay tuned as the drivers continue to push themselves and strive for better lap times. On this lap, we have seen some interesting positions and performances from the R-driven racing cars. Currently, Botsuxtacat is in 29th position with a time of 2:21.576, which puts them 11.092 seconds behind the pole position. Meanwhile, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently holding onto 9th position. Botsaroria, on the other hand, is in 30th position. And it seems like Judas Mokablund from Team for 20 is doing pretty well, currently sitting in 6th position. Stay tuned for more updates as the race unfolds. Let's do a quick recap of what just happened on the track. The current positions are as follows. In first place, we have Lacroix from Team Blast. In second place, we have an impressive performance from Judas Mokablund representing Team for 20. Currently in third place, we still have Judas Mokablund from Team for 20. And rounding up the top four, we have Low One Lop holding onto fourth position. It's still early in the race, but we're already seeing some exciting competition between these AI drivers. Let's see how the rest of the race unfolds. Let's do a quick recap of the current standings in our R-driven racing simulator. Hyundai 101 is currently in 6th position, while V4L3NA from Team is at a podium is in 8th position. Joining 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is just behind in 9th position, and Kevin is currently holding onto 8th position. Stay tuned to see how the race unfolds. We are currently in the middle of the race with Bot M0 Stacks in 12th position, closely followed by Goofa Tire 1995 in 11th. Kevin is currently sitting in 8th place, while Ratch 0N is just ahead in 14th, with Jansen 115 trailing behind in 15th. It's still early in the race, so there's plenty of opportunity for these drivers to make their moves and improve their positions. Stay tuned for more exciting action. Here's a quick recap of the current positions in the race. Jansen 115 is currently in 15th position, trailing behind Ratch 0N in 14th. Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is in 10th position, chasing after joining 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 9th. Bot Kicks Mechanic is currently in 19th position, with a gap of 0.5 seconds behind Rizaldi Adhar in 18th. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is in 21st position, slightly behind Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion in 20th. Stay tuned as the race progresses and we see how these Ratch 0N is currently in 14th position, just 0.3 seconds behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 13th position. Rival 95 is doing well in 5th position, only 0.3 seconds behind Low One Lop in 4th position. Kevin is currently in 8th position, trailing V4L3NA from team is that a podium by 0.4 seconds. Amazing racing so far, let's see how the rest of the race unfolds. Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in 10th place, trailing behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 9th position by 0.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Desert 22 is sitting in 16th place. Additionally, Silver Gaming is still holding onto 10th place, but is now 0.4 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports. And finally, Rival 95 is currently in 5th place, only 0.3 seconds behind Low 1 Lop in 4th position. Stay tuned for more updates. Here's a quick recap of what just happened on the track. It looks like Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in 10th place, trailing behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 9th. Hyundai 101 is doing pretty well in 6th place, just 0.3 seconds behind Rival 95 in 5th. Lacroix from Team Blast is holding strong in 2nd place, but trailing by 0.5 seconds behind Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports in 1st. Jensen 115 is currently in 16th place, just 0.2 seconds behind Desert 22 in 15th. Stay tuned as the race continues to unfold. In the current race, Desert 22 is currently in 16th place with their best lap time being 2 minutes and 19.421 seconds. They are 8.393 seconds off the fastest lap time. Meanwhile, Rival 95 is holding steady in 5th place, trailing just 0.4 seconds behind Low 1 Lop who is in 4th position. On the other hand, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in 10th place, trailing 0.4 seconds behind their teammate Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports who is in 9th place. Remember, there's still a long way to go in this race as we're only on lap 4 out of 45. Anything can happen from here on out. Hyundai 101 is currently in 6th place, trailing behind Rival 95 who is in 5th. Rival 95 is also not far behind Low 1 Lop who is in 4th. However, Low 1 Lop was overtaken by Kevin and is now in 5th position. V4L3NA from team is that a podium is not too far behind either, currently in 6th place and chasing Hyundai 101. Stay tuned as the race continues. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in 14th place, just 0.1 seconds ahead of Jensen 115 in 15th. Desert 22 is in 15th position, 0.3 seconds ahead of Dingenike in 16th. Dingenike was able to make up some ground with a 1.2 second improvement on the previous lap. Meanwhile, Bob Jorn started off in 27th place but has now moved up to 26th, trailing behind Swedges 1. Lastly, Jensen 115 is currently in 14th place, trailing behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast by 0.3 seconds. Stay tuned for more updates as the race progresses. Currently in the race, we saw deplorably pull from Team Newton Laws of Motion pass Okioki 3 from the same team, moving up to 20th position. Low 1 Lop entered the pits and was in 31st position at that time. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in 14th position, while Jansen 115 is just ahead in 13th. After the pit stop, Low One Lap exited back onto the track still in 31st position. Desert 22 is currently trailing behind Dingenike in 16th position, with just a 0.5 second gap between them. Stay tuned as the race continues. We have Okioki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion in position 20, trailing behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in position 19. Swords driving a BMW M3 is currently in position 23, just 0.1 seconds behind Josh's 9 in position 22. Jansen 115 is currently in position 13, maintaining a lead of 0.3 seconds ahead of Sabine 27 from Team Blast in position 14. Sabine 27 from Team Blast, driving a Maserati, is currently in the 14th position, 0.5 seconds behind Jansen 115. Here's a quick recap of the current positions on the racetrack. Jansen 115 is currently in 13th place, with a narrow gap of 0.4 seconds ahead of Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 14th position. Dingenike is in 16th place, trailing closely behind Desert 22 in 15th position by just 0.3 seconds. In 14th place, Jansen 115 is chasing down Sabine 27 from Team Blast, with only a 0.1 second difference between them. Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports currently holds the 9th position, but is 0.4 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 8th place. Here's a quick recap of what just happened on the track. Currently, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is in 9th position, trailing behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 8th. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in 14th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Jansen 115 in 13th. Speaking of Jansen 115, they are currently in 13th place and are chasing Ratch 0N in 12th. On the other hand, Resultiadhar is in 16th position, with a 0.5 second gap behind Dingenike in 15th. And once again, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is trying to catch up to Joyman 00. Jansen 115 is currently in 13th position, just 0.5 seconds behind Ratch 0 and in 12th place. On the other hand, Resultiadhar is currently in 16th position, 0.5 seconds behind Dingenike in 15th place. However, Jansen 115 is still managing to stay ahead of Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 14th place by a margin of 0.5 seconds. Speaking of Resultiadhar, he is driving an Aston Martin and currently holding onto 16th position, but is closely trailing behind Dingenike by only 0.4 seconds. Lastly, Okioki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 20th position, chasing after SM. On lap 7, we have a close battle between Silver Gaming and Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports for positions 8 and 9. Silver Gaming is currently driving a Lamborghini and is just 0.2 seconds behind Joyman. On the other hand, Resultiadhar is in 16th position with a best lap time of 2 minutes 19.671 seconds, which is 9.297 seconds off the fastest lap. Let's see how these drivers continue to push and improve their positions in the race. We have Jansen 115 currently in position 13, driving an Auzen Motorsport and trailing behind Ratch 0N in position 12 by just 0.4 seconds. Resultiadhar is in 16th place, about 0.5 seconds behind Dingenike in position 15. Buckhicks Mechanic is in 18th place, currently 0.3 seconds behind Dazzard 22 in position 17. That's the current rundown of the race so far. Let's see what happens next. Let's do a quick recap of the current positions in the race. Dazzard 22 is currently in 18th position, driving a Scuderia Glickenhorse and is just 0.2 seconds behind Buckhicks Mechanic in 17th place. Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is holding onto the 9th position in their Lamborghini, trailing Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports by 0.5 seconds in 8th place. Resultiadhar is currently in 16th place and is close behind Dingenike in 15th place by 0.4 seconds. Lastly, Jansen 115 is currently in 13th place, also 0.4 seconds behind Ratch 0 and in TW. Hey there, Lil Player. Thank you so much for following the channel. It's great to have you here as part of our awesome community. I hope you're enjoying the racing action and all the excitement that comes with it. Let's buckle up and get ready for some epic races. Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in position 9, just 0.4 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports who is in position 8. Buckhicks Mechanic is currently in 18th place, trailing Dazzard 22 in 17th by just 0.1 seconds. Jansen 115 is in 13th position, trailing Ratch 0 and in 12th place by 0.5 seconds. Kevin is in 7th place, just 0.5 seconds behind V4L3 and A from Team is that a podium in 6th place. Lastly, Resultiadhar is in 17th position, 0.4 seconds behind Dazzard 22 and 6. We're currently watching a thrilling race in a racing simulator with artificial intelligence drivers. In the 7th position, we have Kevin, who is just 0.4 seconds behind V4L3 and A from Team is that a podium in 6th place. Jansen 115 is currently in 14th position, with a best lap time of 2:16.516 and trailing by 6.142 seconds from the fastest lap. Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 20th position, and Sabine 27 from Team Blast is closely behind in 14th place. Lastly, Resultiadhar is in 17th position, trailing Dazzard 22 in 16th place. Right now we have Jensen 115 in position 13, driving an Ausen Motorsport. They are currently 0.4 seconds behind Ratch 0N in position 12. Moving on, Desert 22 is in 16th place, trailing by 0.4 seconds behind Dingenike in position 15. Lastly, Buck Kicks Mechanic is in 18th place, with a gap of 0.5 seconds behind Rizaldi Adhar in position 17. Let's see how this race unfolds as we continue to watch these R-driven cars compete in the racing simulator. Let's do a quick recap of what just happened on the track. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in 14th position, with her best lap time being 2:17.014, which puts her 6.640 seconds behind the fastest lap so far. She recently made a pass on Jensen 115, moving up to 13th position. Meanwhile, Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 20th position. Buck Kicks Mechanic is right behind Rizaldi Adhar in 17th position, with a gap of only 0.3 seconds. Buck Kicks Mechanic was able to gain some ground and was 0.8 seconds faster than the previous lap. Lastly, we've just seen some exciting action on the track. Jensen 115 has just exited the pits in 18th position, while Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently sitting in 13th. In a surprising turn of events, Lacroix from Team Blast is now entering the pits in 2nd position, but has dropped down to 3rd, trailing behind due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 by 1.4 seconds. The race is really heating up, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Stay tuned, folks. Right now we have Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports in 9th position, just 0.2 seconds behind Joyman 00, who is in 8th position. Lacroix from Team Blast has just exited the pits and is now in 5th position. V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is also heading into the pits, currently sitting in 7th position. Desert 22 is currently in 15th position. Lastly, Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports has also entered the pits, maintaining their position in 8th place. Stay tuned for more updates as the race continues. Just a quick recap of what's been happening in the race. We had Goofa Tyler 1995 exiting the pits and joining us in position 11. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in the pits and holding onto position 12. Dingenike is also entering the pits, maintaining his position in 14th place. Meanwhile, Sabine 27 is currently in 13th place for Team Blast. On the other hand, due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 is doing quite well, currently holding onto 2nd position. Lastly, Rizaldi Adhar is entering the pits to maintain his position in 16th place. Stay tuned for more updates as the race continues. Shaashi from Team Lunar Motorsports just entered the pits while holding onto the 1st position. Meanwhile, Josh Snine also entered the pits and is currently in 25th place. On the other hand, GTR has successfully exited the pits and currently sits in 19th place. Lastly, Rival 95 is now entering the pits from the 3rd position and is currently in 28th place. Stay tuned for more exciting racing action. Shoashi from Team Lunar Motorsports just came out of the pits and is now in 3rd position. Josh's 9 also exited the pits, but they are quite far back in 29th position. Rival 95 made their pit stop as well and currently sits in 5th place. Swords is currently in 23rd position, while Botchalisi is just half a second behind Bot Zuxtercat in 25th place. Lastly, Bot M0 Stacks is holding strong in 7th position. Stay tuned for more updates as the race continues. Botalex's Nobrain has just entered the pits in 31st place. Shoashi from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in 4th position. Bot M0 Stacks has exited the pits and is now in 10th place. Dingenike is in 18th place, just 0.1 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 17th place. However, Dingenike was 1.7 seconds faster than Smurf 20 from Team for 20 on the last lap. Buckkick's Mechanic has also entered the pits and is holding onto 14th place. Finally, Swords is currently sitting in 22nd position. Swedges 1 just entered the pits and is currently in 23rd position. Buckkick's Mechanic, on the other hand, just came out of the pits and is now in 18th position. Dazza 22 has made some progress and is now in 15th position. Currently leading the race is Judas Blunt from Team for 20, followed closely by Shondai 101 in 2nd place. Kevin is doing well in 7th position with a 3.1 second lead over V4L3NA from Team is that a podium in 8th place. Shondai 101 just lost position to Rival 95, while Bob John Art has exited the pits and is now in position 29. Currently, Wretch 0N is in 15th place, with Dingenike following closely behind in 16th. However, Wretch 0N was 32.8 seconds faster than Dingenike on the last lap. Notably, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports has exited the pits and is now in 6th position. And finally, Dazza 22 is entering the pits in 24th position. Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports just exited the pits in position 7. Josh's 9 is currently in 26th place on the track. Swords is currently in position 21, trailing behind GTR in position 20 by 0.5 seconds. Dazza 22 just exited the pits and is now in position 30. Rival 95 is making a pit stop from his previous position in 5th place. Lastly, GTR is currently in 20th place, closely following Deplorably from Team Newton Laws of Motion in position 19. Stay tuned for more exciting updates. Josh's 9 said, Amy, what are the current track conditions? Oh, the current track conditions are looking pretty good. It's a clear day with moderate temperatures, so the drivers should have good grip on the track. Let's hope they can push their cars to the limit and give us an exciting race. Deplorably from Team Newton Laws of Motion just came out of the pits and is currently in 22nd position. Bot Zuxtacat also exited the pits and is now in 25th position, but is currently in 27th overall. Low One Lop is in 23rd position and is only 0.2 seconds behind Deplorably from Team Newton Laws of Motion in 22nd position. Low One Lop had a faster lap time by 12.4 seconds on the previous lap. There's certainly some intense racing happening on the track right now. Okyoki3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 24th position, trailing behind Low One Lop who is in 23rd position. Low One Lop had a significant improvement last lap, clocking in 8.5 seconds faster than before. Meanwhile, Deplorably from Team Newton Laws of Motion is right behind in 23rd position, with a 0.2 second gap to close. Additionally, Buckkick's Mechanic is currently in 16th position, chasing after Dingenike who is in 15th position. Dingenike had an impressive lap, outpacing the competition by 28.2 seconds. Stay tuned for more exciting updates. Low One Lop is currently in 21st position, trailing behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 20th place. Low One Lop has just entered the pits, currently in 21st place. Rival 95 is currently in 12th position, only 0.1 behind Jansen 115 in 11th place. Jansen 115 was 86.7 faster last lap. Also, Swords has just exited the pits, now in 19th position. That's the update for now, stay tuned for more action on the track. Botsarolia just made a pit stop, and is now in position 29. Botchalisi also just completed their pit stop, and moved up to position 25. Jansen 115 is currently in 12th place. Low One Lop just finished their pit stop, and is now in position 28. Buckkick's Mechanic is trailing behind Dingenike in position 15 by just 0.5 seconds. The race is really heating up, folks. Stay tuned for more action on the track. Tyler 1995 is currently in 9th position, trailing behind Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports who is in 8th. On the other hand, Shahashi from Team Luna Motorsports is doing impressively well in 2nd place, just shy of the fastest lap time by 0.083 seconds. Meanwhile, Buckkick's Mechanic is currently in 16th position, not far behind Dingenike in 15th. Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in position 2, driving a Chevrolet. They are only 0.2 seconds behind Lacroix from Team Blast, who is in position 1. Judas Mocha-Blunt from Team for 20 is currently in 3rd position, trailing Shahashi by just 0.4 seconds. Bob Joan Art is currently in 27th position, with a 0.5 second gap behind Bot Zuxtacat in position 26. Lastly, Goofa Tyler 1995 is currently in 9th position, 0.5 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports in 8th place. That's the update for now. We're currently watching a thrilling race in a racing simulator. Right now, Buckkick's mechanic is driving the Marcos and holding onto the 16th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Dingenike in 15th place. Goofityler 1995 is putting up a good fight and is currently in 9th place, with only 0.4 seconds separating them from Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports in 8th place. Swerts is currently in the 19th position, also with a gap of 0.4 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th place. Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion is in 21st place. Buckkick's mechanic is currently in 16th place, just 0.4 seconds behind Dingenike in 15th place. On the other hand, Goofityler 1995 is holding onto 9th place, with a gap of 0.5 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports in 8th place. Buckkick's mechanic's best lap so far is a 2:19.534, which puts them 9.160 seconds off the fastest lap. Moving on, Swerts is currently in 19th position, trailing Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th by just half a second. Lastly, Deplorably Bull from Team Newton. On lap 17, we see that the driver from Team for 20, Judas Blunt, is currently in position 3, closely trailing behind Shahashi from Team Luna Motorsports in position 2. Meanwhile, Swerts has moved up to 18th place, just behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in position 18. And finally, Buckkick's mechanic is holding the 15th position, with a slight gap of 0.3 seconds behind Dingenike in position 14. Let's see how these drivers continue to perform as the race progresses. We have some exciting developments on the track right now. Over in 3rd place, we have Judas Blunt from Team for 20, just half a second behind Shahashi from Team Luna Motorsports in 2nd place. Meanwhile, Goofityler 1995 is currently in 9th place, trailing Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports by 0.4 seconds. And Buckkick's mechanic finds themselves in 15th place, only 0.5 seconds behind Dingenike, who is in 14th place. The competition is really heating up out there. Stay tuned for more updates as the race progresses. Bot M0 Stacks is currently in 10th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Goofa Tyler 1995 in 9th. Low Unlock is currently in 20th position, trailing behind Deplorably from Team Newton Laws of Motion by 0.3 seconds in 19th position. In the front, Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports is in 2nd position, closely chasing Lacroix from Team Blast, who is leading the race with a 1.3 second advantage. Stay tuned for more action as the race unfolds. We just witnessed some intense action on the track. Currently, Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports is leading the race, with Judah Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 Hot on their tail in second place. Lacroix from Team Blast just exited the pits and is now in third position. There is also a close battle between Rival 95 and Bot M0 Stacks for the 11th spot. And Rizaldiad Har is trying to catch up to Bot Kicks Mechanic in 16th position. Stay tuned, folks, because this race is far from over. Just to recap, we are currently in the middle of the race and things are heating up on the track. Right now, Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports is leading the pack, with Judah Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 Hot on their heels in second place. Kevin is holding his own in 5th place, while Dinganike is staying ahead of Bot Kicks Mechanic in 14th position. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium, who was previously in 6th place, has just entered the pits and is now in 7th place. As for H0N, they are currently in 31st position. The race is far from over, folks, so let V4L3NA from Team is that a podium just exited the pits and is currently in position 7. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is holding on to position 17, with a 1.7 second lead over Swords in position 18. Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently maintaining position 10, and has just completed a pit stop without any change in position. Similarly, Goofa Tyler 1995 is in position 11, and has also just completed a pit stop without any change in position. We just witnessed an exciting turn of events in the race. Judah Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 managed to overtake Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports for the top spot. However, Shahashi quickly made a strategic move and entered the pits, currently holding onto second place. Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in position 10, while Dinganike is trailing behind in 16th place. Stay tuned to see how the rest of the race unfolds. Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports just came out of the pits and is now in 5th position. Bot M0 Stacks is currently in 9th position but has managed to overtake Rival 95 for 8th position. Meanwhile, Josh 9 is entering the pits in 24th position. Lastly, Low 1 Lop is currently in 18th position and is just 0.4 seconds behind Dinganike in 17th position. Bot Shalisi is currently in 27th position, with a best lap time of 2:19.984. They are 9.610 seconds off the fastest lap. Low 1 Lop is currently in 18th position, with a best lap time of 2:12.271. They are 1.897 seconds off the fastest lap. Josh 9 just exited the pits and is in 28th position. Bot Shalisi is only 0.3 seconds behind Bob Joan Art in 26th position, but Bob Joan Art was 4.8 seconds faster on the last lap. Let's do a quick recap of what just happened. Currently, Low 1 Lop is in 16th position, driving a Dodge. They are just 0.4 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 who is in 15th position. We also had Rival 95 and Resultiatar exiting the pits, both in 14th position. It's getting intense out there on the track. Stay tuned for more action. Dingenike is currently in 18th place, just 0.1 seconds behind Swords in 17th. Swords had an impressive lap time, being 30.8 faster in the last lap. Meanwhile, Bot M0 Stacks just came out of the pits and is now in 10th position. Dingenike managed to overtake Swords and is now in 17th place. Lastly, Buck Kicks Mechanic is currently in 13th place, with a gap of 0.4 seconds behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 12th place. We just witnessed Bottlex Snobbrain exiting the pits and rejoining in position 31. Currently, Dingenike is in 18th place, just 0.1 seconds behind Swords in 17th position. Shawashi, representing Team Lunar Motorsports, is holding on to 5th place, trailing by 0.4 seconds behind Silver Gaming, also from Team Lunar Motorsports, who is in 4th place. Meanwhile, Buck Kicks Mechanic has just entered the pits and is currently in 12th place, but is closely followed by Dingenike in 13th place, with a gap of 0.6 seconds between them and Swords in 17th. Stay tuned to see how this race unfolds. Due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 is currently leading the race in position 1. Bob Joan are just entered the pits and is currently in 24th place. Jensen 115 is in 11th position, trailing behind Bot M0 Stacks in 10th by 0.4 seconds. And Dingenike is in 18th place, just 0.5 seconds behind Swords in 17th position. Stay tuned to see how the remainder of the race unfolds. Due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 just made a pit stop and came out in 2nd place. Meanwhile, Bob Joan Art is also exiting the pits but is further down the field in position 27. Swords has managed to overtake Dingenike and is now in 17th place. Shondai 101 is still going strong in 3rd place. And finally, Low 1 Lop is currently sitting in 13th position. So many exciting developments happening right now on the track. Let's see how the rest of this race unfolds. Low 1 Lop is currently in 13th position. Hyundai 101 just exited the pits and is now in 3rd position. Dassault 22 is currently in 25th position, but is making up time, being 2.4 seconds faster on the last lap. Silver Gaming from Team Luna Motorsports has entered the pits and is now in 4th position. Resulti Adhar is currently in 16th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 15th position. And finally, Silver Gaming from Team Luna Motorsports has exited the pits and moved up to 6th position. That's the recap for now, let's see what. Let's do a quick recap of the current happenings in the race. Silver Gaming from Team Luna Motorsports just exited the pits and is now in position 6. On the other hand, Resulti Adhar is currently in position 15, driving an Aston Martin, and is trailing behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in position 14. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium is currently in position 7, only 0.4 seconds behind Silver Gaming from Team Luna Motorsports in position 6. Amazingly, Silver Gaming from Team Luna Motorsports was 3.4 seconds faster on the last lap. Lastly, Bot M0 stacks. Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 16th position, driving a Koenigsegg. They are 0.5 seconds behind Resulti Adhar in 15th position. Dingenike is currently in 17th position, 0.1 seconds ahead of Deplorably Bull. Low One Lop is in 18th position, trailing behind Dingenike by 0.4 seconds. Swords is currently in 19th position, but is just 0.4 seconds behind Dingenike. The race is intense as these drivers continue to battle for position. Stay tuned for more updates. We just witnessed a few interesting moments in the race. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 just exited the pits and is currently in position 18. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium is trailing behind Silver Gaming from Team Luna Motorsports in position 6 by just 0.5 seconds. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium had an impressive lap time, making up 29.4 seconds. Additionally, Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion also exited the pits and is now in position 19. Lastly, Low One Lop is currently holding position 15. Stay tuned for more intense racing action. Dassault 22 is currently in 24th position with a best lap time of 2:14.668, which is about 4.29 seconds of the fastest lap. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium is currently in 7th position, trailing Silver Gaming from Team Luna Motorsports in 6th place by just 0.5 seconds. Swedges 1 is in 25th position, closely following Desert 22 by 0.5 seconds. It's an intense race so far. Stay tuned for more updates. Swedges 1 is currently in 25th place, with their best lap being a 2:18.785, which is 8.411 seconds off the fastest lap. V4L3NA from team is that a podium is currently in 7th position, just 0.5 seconds behind Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports in 6th place. Swords is driving AM3 and currently in 17th position, only 0.5 seconds behind Dingenike in 16th place. Swords was 0.8 seconds faster than Dingenike on the last lap. And that's the current situation on the track. On lap 28, V4L3NA from team is currently in 7th position, with a best lap time of 2 minutes and 13.049 seconds, which is 2.675 seconds off the fastest lap. Swedges 1 is currently in 25th position, just half a second behind Desert 22 in 24th position. Moving on, Dingenike is in 16th position, trailing behind Resuldiadha in 15th position by 0.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Swords is driving a BMW M3 and holds the 17th position, also 0.5 seconds behind Dingenike in 16th place. Let's do a quick recap of the current race. Currently, V4L3NA from team is that a podium is in 7th position and is trailing behind Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports in 6th position. Dingenike is currently in 16th position and is only 0.5 seconds behind Resuldiadha in 15th position. It looks like Dingenike had a faster lap compared to the previous one. Let's sit back and see how the race unfolds. V4L3NA from team is that a podium is currently in 7th position, trailing behind Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports in 6th place by 0.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Swords just exited the pits and is now in 17th position. Dingenike is driving an Aston Martin and currently sits in 16th place, merely 0.2 seconds behind Resuldiadha in 15th place. Additionally, Jansen 115 is holding onto 10th position with a best lap time of 2:13.733, but is still 3.359 seconds away from the fastest lap time. That's the current state of the race, folks. Dingenike is currently in 16th place, trailing behind Resuldiadha in 15th place by just 0.5 seconds. Bochelisi has just exited the pits and is now positioned at 25th place. Jansen 115 remains steady at 11th place and has also exited the pits. V4L3NA from team is that a podium is currently in 7th place, just 0.5 seconds behind Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports, who is in 6th place. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in 12th place, trailing Jansen 115 by only 0.2 seconds. On lap 30, here's what's been going on in the race. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in 12th position, just 0.2 seconds behind Jansen 115 in 11th place. Bot Kicks Mechanic is currently in 14th position, trailing low 1 lap by 0.5 seconds in 13th place. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium is currently in 7th position, only 0.5 seconds behind Silver Gaming from Team Uner Motorsports in 6th place. Botsarorelia has just exited the pits and is in 29th position. Shahashi from Team Uner Motorsports is currently We are currently in the middle of the race, and here's a quick recap of what just happened. Hyundai 101 is currently in 4th place, trailing Shahashi from Team Uner Motorsports by only 0.4 seconds. Rival 95 is in 28th position, chasing Bob John Art, who is just half a second ahead in 27th place. Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 20th place, with Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion just 0.5 seconds ahead in 19th position. Lastly, Josh Snine is holding onto 23rd place, managing to stay 0.2 seconds ahead of SZ. Josh Snine just made a pit stop and came out in 21st position. Lacroix from Team Blast also went into the pits and is now in 2nd place. Hyundai 101 is currently in 4th position, while Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is in 20th place. That's the latest update from the race so far. Let's do a quick recap of what just happened on the track. At the moment, Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently 12th, trailing behind Jansen 115, who holds the 11th position. They are only 0.5 seconds apart, so there's still a chance for Sabine 27 to catch up and improve their position. In the midfield, Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is positioned 20th. They are very close to Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion, who holds the 19th position, with only a 0.2 second gap between them. It will be interesting to see if Okyoki 3 can make a move and overtake their teammate. Moving towards the front of Here's a quick recap of what just happened on the racing track. Hyundai 101 is currently in 4th position, following closely behind Shahashi from Team Uner Motorsports in 3rd place. We've got V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium entering the pits, currently sitting in 7th position. Kevin has just exited the pits and is now in 5th place. V4L3NA is holding onto 7th position. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently 11th, with a 1.8 second lead over Jansen 115 in 12th place. Lastly, we have Joyman00 from Team Lunar Motorsports entering the pits. Here's a quick recap of what just happened on the track. Joyman00 from Team Lunar Motorsports just exited the pits in position 8, while GTR 1995 is currently in 9th place. Swartz is driving AM3 and currently holds position 17. Hyundai 101 is trailing behind Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports, with a gap of just 0.4 seconds, in 4th place. Lastly, Sabine 27 from Team Blast is entering the pits in 11th place. Stay tuned for more exciting moments from the race. Rival 95 is currently in 22nd place, trailing behind Dazzard 22 in position 21 by just 0.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports is holding a strong position in 4th place. Dingenike has just entered the pits and is currently in 15th place. We can see some intense competition happening on the track right now. The drivers are pushing themselves to the limit, trying to gain every last advantage they can. It's exhilarating to watch these air-powered cars battle for positions. Let's see how the rest of the race unfolds. Right now we have Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion in 19th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th position. Dingenike has just exited the pits and is now in 17th position. We also have Bob John Art driving a seat in 27th position, only 0.1 seconds behind Bot Zuxtacat in 26th position. And finally, Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports is entering the pits while currently in 6th position. Stay tuned as the race continues. On the racetrack, we have Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports currently in 9th position, with only a 2.9 second gap behind Bot M0 Stocks in 8th position. Meanwhile, Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is driving an Aston Martin and currently holds the 19th position. They are trailing behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th position by just 0.4 seconds. We also saw Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports exiting the pits and returning to the race in 9th position. Lastly, Bob John Hart is currently in the 27th position, closely chasing Bot Zuxtacat. Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 19th position, 0.3 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th position. Okyoki 3 was 0.6 seconds faster last lap. Bob Joan Art is currently in 27th position, 0.5 seconds behind Bot Zuxtacat in 26th position. Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion has a best lap time of 2:18.258, which is 7.88 per second slower than the fastest lap so far. Resulti Adhar is currently in 15th position and is entering the pits. They have a lead of 4.6 seconds over TS. GTR just came out of the pits and is now in 17th position. However, the spot was taken by Dinanike, who is now in 16th. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is right behind Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion in 18th position. Speaking of Okyoki 3, they are entering the pits and currently holding onto 19th place. Smurf 20 has moved up to 18th as a result. Finally, Low 1 Lop is chasing Jansen 115 for the 11th position, with just a 0.3 second gap between them. Stay tuned for more exciting action. Rival 95 just exited the pits and is currently in 25th position. Meanwhile, Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion also exited the pits and is right behind Rival 95. Deplorably Bull from the same team is currently in 19th place, with a small gap of 0.5 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th position. Lastly, Rival 95 is trailing behind Bob John Art in 26th place by just 0.3 seconds. Right now we have Bob John Art in 25th position, just ahead of 26th place Rival 95. Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 19th position, trailing Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th place. Bot Zuxtacat is currently in 24th position, just behind Bot Shalusi in 23rd place. And we have Low 1 Lop in 11th position, hot on the heels of Goofa Tyler 1995 in 10th place. It looks like Low 1 Lop had a significant improvement last lap, being 2.2 seconds faster. Low 1 Lop just made a great move and managed to pass Goofa Tyler 1995, taking over 10th position. Currently, Goofa Tyler 1995 is right behind Low 1 Lop in 11th place. Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 19th place, just 0.4 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th place. Bottlex Snobbrain has just exited the pits and is currently in 31st position. Bot M0 Stacks is performing well and is currently in 8th place. Lastly, Bot Shalusi is trailing behind Bot Zuxtacat by just 0.3 seconds in 24th position. That's all for now, folks. Stay. Let's do a quick recap of what just happened on the track. Right now, Low 1 Lop is currently in 13th position. Buck Hicks Mechanic has just entered the pits in 14th position, and Low 1 Lop has successfully exited the pits in 13th position, making some progress there. Currently, Buck Hicks Mechanic remains in 14th place. On the other hand, Joyman00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is doing really well, currently sitting in 7th place. However, Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 20th position, but is only 0.4 seconds behind Dazzard 22 in 19th position. It's an intense race, and we're currently following the racing action in the simulator. Team Newton Laws of Motion's driver, Deplorably Bull, is currently in 20th position with their best lap time being 2:18.181. They are currently 8.14 seconds off the fastest lap time. Meanwhile, Bob Joan Art is currently in 25th position and driving a seat. They were able to pass Bot Shalusi, who is now in 25th position, just 0.2 seconds ahead. Bot Joanat is now in 24th position, but Bot Shalisi is not far behind, as they are just 0.4 seconds behind. In the middle of the pack, Botsuk. Swedges 1 is currently in 23rd position and is driving a Saline. They are just 0.2 seconds behind Botsukstakat, who is in 22nd position. Swedges 1 has decided to enter the pits and is currently in 22nd. On the other hand, Desert 22 has just finished their pit stop and is now in 22nd position. Meanwhile, Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 24th position while driving an Aston Martin. That's the current state of the race, folks. Judas Mokablund from Team for 20 is currently leading the race. We saw a series of pit stops with Swedges 1 exiting in 25th position and Botsaroria in 28th position, just half a second behind Rach 0 and who is currently in 27th position. Bot Joan Art also exited the pits and is currently in 26th position. Finally, Judas Mokablund from Team for 20 has made a pit stop but is back in the lead once again. That's the current state of the race. We've got quite a few interesting things happening on the track right now. Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 19th place, just 1.1 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 18th place. Kevin is holding strong in 5th place, just 1.3 seconds behind Silver Gaming from Team Yuna Motorsports in 4th place. Shondai 101 is doing really well and currently holds the 3rd position. Finally, Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in 12th place, 1.7 seconds ahead of Low One Lop in 13th place. Stay tuned as we near the end of this race. Let's do a quick recap of the current situation on the racetrack. Bot Shalisi is currently in 22nd position, right behind Bot Suxtacat who is in 21st position. Meanwhile, Silver Gaming from Team Yuna Motorsports has just exited the pits and is now in 5th position. On the other hand, Desert 22 is currently in 23rd position, trailing behind Bot Shalisi by 0.5 seconds. That's all for now. Let's see how the rest of the race unfolds. Low One Lop is currently in 13th place, trailing behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast who is in 12th place by 0.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Desert 22 has managed to overtake Bot Shalisi and is now in 22nd place. Additionally, Sabine 27 from Team Blast is just 0.1 seconds behind Low One Lop in 12th place. Stay tuned to see how the race unfolds. Jensen 115 is currently in position 9, holding a slight lead of 0.4 seconds over Goofy Tyler 1995, who is in position 10. Meanwhile, Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion is currently in 24th place. Jensen 115 had a pit stop earlier and has now re-entered the race in 13th position. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the race, so let's see how the remaining laps unfold. Let's do a quick recap of the current standings in the race. Right now, Bot Zuxtacat is in 21st position, with Dazit 22 closely behind in 22nd place. Meanwhile, Bot Shalisi is trailing in 23rd position. As for the top positions, Low One Lock is currently holding onto 11th place, trying to catch up to Bot M0 Stacks in 10th position. Last lap, Low One Lock managed to close the gap by 3.7 seconds, showing some impressive speed. That's where we stand at the moment, folks. Stay tuned to see how things unfold in these last few laps of the race. Here's a quick recap of what just happened on the track. Currently, Bot M0 Stacks is in 11th place, just behind Low One Lop in 10th. However, Sabine 27 from Team Blast has been pushing hard and managed to overtake Bot M0 Stacks, securing the 11th position. Speaking of bots, Bot Shalisi is currently in 23rd, trailing behind Bot Zuxtacat in 22nd. The race is getting intense, and we can expect some more thrilling moments as it progresses. Stay tuned. Bot Shalisi is currently in 23rd position and trailing behind Bot Zuxtacat in 22nd position by just 0.3 seconds. Bot Zuxtacat, on the other hand, is trailing not too far behind Bot Shalisi by just 0.2 seconds. There seems to be some action in the pits as Smurf 20 from Team for 20 has just exited the pits and is currently holding onto the 20th position. Additionally, Deplorably Bull from Team Newton Laws of Motion has also exited the pits and now finds themselves in 21st position. And that's it for the quick recap. Stay tuned as we approach the final laps of this race. Josh's 9 is currently in 30th position, trailing behind Rival 95 in 29th position by 0.4 seconds. Rival 95 had a significant improvement in the last lap, being 10.1 seconds faster. Meanwhile, Lacroix from Team Blast has made a pit stop and is now back on the track, holding onto the second position. Let's do a quick recap of what just happened on the track. Josh's 9 just entered the pits in position 30, and we also saw Ratch 0 and exiting the pits in position 28. Moving up the leaderboard, Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently holding onto 8th place, but Low 1 Lop is hot on their tail in 9th place, just 0.1 seconds behind. Lastly, Kevin has entered the pits while holding onto 4th place. Stay tuned to see how the rest of the race unfolds. We've just witnessed some exciting action on the track. Before L3NA from Team is that a podium made a pit stop and is currently in 6th position. Meanwhile, Josh's 9 and Shahashi from Teams Lunar Motorsports have also completed their pit stops and are in 30th and 13th positions respectively. Kevin has exited the pits in 5th position, while Judas Mocha-Blunt from Team for 20 continues to hold the lead in 1st position. Stay tuned as we enter the final laps of this exhilarating race. Here's a quick recap of what just happened on the track. Joyman00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in 7th place while Botsuxtacat is currently in position 26. Before L3NA from Team is that a podium was in 6th place but just exited the pits and resumed in the same position. So things are definitely getting interesting out there. Let's see how the final laps play out for these drivers. Stay tuned. Swerves just came out of the pits in 16th position. Meanwhile, Sabine 27 from Team Blast is entering the pits while holding onto their 9th position. And Swedges 1 is currently sitting in 24th position. Stay tuned to see how the rest of the race unfolds. Just to give you a quick recap of what just happened. Sabine 27 from Team Blast exited the pits just now and is currently in position 10. Meanwhile, Botche Lucy is heading into the pits and is currently in 19th place. And finally, Sabine 27 from Team Blast just re-entered the race after their pit stop and is now in position 11. Stay tuned because the race is really heating up. Hey there, Mega. Thank you so much for following our channel. Welcome to the racing action. I hope you're ready to witness some thrilling AI races on the track. Buckle up and enjoy the ride with us. Let's see how these AI drivers perform. Don't forget to chat and share your thoughts during the races. We're all here to have a fantastic time together. Desert 22 is currently in 17th position. Har just came out of the pits and is in 18th position. Tyler 1995 is in 13th position, trailing right behind Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports in 12th place. Botchalisi is currently in 24th position, with a 1.1 second gap behind Swedges 1 in 23rd place. Stay tuned to see who will come out on top in this exciting race. Here's a quick recap of what just happened on the racetrack. Currently, Kevin is in position 5, trailing behind Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports in position 4 by a gap of 4.0 seconds. Shahashi from Team Lunar Motorsports was in position 12 but lost that spot to Tyler 1995. Lastly, Low One Lop has entered the pits in position 8 and remains there for now. Stay tuned for more exciting updates. We've reached the final lap of the race and things are getting intense. Right now, Low One Lop is in 8th place while Bot M0 Stacks is just behind in 9th. However, Low One Lop has just exited the pits and is currently in position 9. We just witnessed an eventful race in the virtual realm. At the top of the leaderboard, we have Judy Smokerblond from Team for 20 taking the first place position. Impressive driving skills there. Coming in at position 19 is Okyoki 3 from Team Newton Laws of Motion, while Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports secured the 4th place finish. Not too far behind, we have Tyler 1995 in 12th place and Smurf 20 from Team for 20 at position 20. Lastly, Kevin managed to grab the 5th place spot. What an intense race it was. Here's a quick recap of the recent race in the racing simulator. Bot Kicks Mechanic finished in 13th place, followed by Bot Shalisi in 24th place and Bot Joan Art in 25th place. Bot Zuxtacat finished in 26th place and Bot Alexis Nobrain came in 31st. On the other hand, Joyman00 from Team Lunar Motorsports had a great race, finishing in 7th place. Stay tuned for more exciting races coming up. Let's do a quick recap of the recent race in the racing simulator. Swerts finished in 14th position, followed by Hyundai 101 in 3rd position. Rival 95 came in 27th position and Dingenike finished in 15th position. Stay tuned for more updates on the